folks. Hope you're having an amazing Tuesday so far, and welcome on to ZeldaSpeedRuns 2. We got a very exciting Skyward Randomizer Season 3 tournament race between Gymnast86 and Sledge. This is game 1 for the lower bracket finals, so we're in the top 3 already. On tracking for you today, we'll have Baseball and Echo. And on comms together with me is Pippi. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Great as well.
I'm so sorry that we... What was that?
Volunteering after long uni day to brain off and speak before I think, the usual.
Yeah. Okay, so we're allowed to get unhinged?
Absolutely.
Wonderful. I'm really sad that we didn't swap to the other screen on Restream like 5 seconds earlier. We missed Sledge's very nice happy birthday message for Jim. Everybody wish Jim a happy birthday. Well, he cannot hear you. He is in a race.
I mean, we can wish him a happy birthday afterwards. In the
yes.
interview.
Honestly, what an excellent thing to do on your birthday. I personally can have zero judgment because on my last birthday I did Skyward Sword All Sanity. So, A+ way to celebrate.
Absolutely. And it looks like we're starting off.
Here we go.
In Floria. Ooh, with LMF, AC, and Fire Sanctuary.
Well, 2 of the longer dungeons. No mines. No Thunderhead, okay. And no summit. No large regions being hinted barren immediately. There are 2 chests in this room, and one of them is accessible without Water Dragon Scale, and the other one is not, and it seems like this is the optimal start for our runners, that we have something in the chest we can get, and nothing in the chest we can't.
That's a first bow. So
that's
we
also
are not getting projectile locked like 30 or 40 minutes in. That's good to know.
Also, both of our runners immediately realizing that they can warp to start to bring it back to the beginning of the room a little faster.
It's a little optimization.
Alright, Triforce in Desert.
Yep. Notably
the other
Triforce of Power.
Yeah, the other nice thing about getting the bow really early is we got an early peek at our B wheel without having to actively go look at it, and our B wheel is empty. These settings do give us a starting item, so that means it's now has to be Fire Shield Earrings, Water Dragon Scale, Digging Mitts, or Harp, or Spiral Charge. So we're gonna be peeping to see if we can figure out what it is. That's a tablet.
Oh wow, that's Ruby tablet.
That is pretty good.
You'll definitely like to see that early. Elden has been the dominating region for Remnants just because of how many checks are accessible in Sphere Zero. With random starting statues, that might just not be the case, depending on where we spawn.
Yeah.
I mean, if we get like a vanilla Elden entrance, it still holds true with like, I think 10 checks being immediately accessible. But
yeah, there's pretty much
like
only
Volcano East,
one.
for example, does limit your checks, while Volcano Ascent and the Temple Statue give you some of the upper Elden checks as well.
Yeah, they pretty much just Volcano East is the not great place to go. Oh man, I missed that hint that Sledge just blew right past.
That's an extra wallet on Skipper's Shack, which was possibly required.
Oh, interesting. All right. We do have some very early divergence in that Sledge has opted to go straight for the sky after clearing out sealed grounds, while Jim cleared out Farron first. Both pretty valid setups with their current loadout at the beginning of the seed, but that does mean that Jim has a little bit of advantage getting that Elden tablet earlier and knowing that he can go there. Also, it seems like our starting item must have been Spiral Charge, because I did not see Sledge pick that up.
Sledge usually opens his inventory immediately at the start to scout for the starting item, and if he notices nothing, then he can just quickly deduce that your starting item is Spiral Charge, the spinny.
Yeah. Spiral Charge and another wallet. Spiral Charge and Harp specifically tend to be kind of the sleeper items that people forget about. That, like, yes, that is a valid starting item.
Yep. Very true.
I feel like Harp is almost worse for that than Spiral Charge, because you're inevitably going to go to the sky at some point and press A and see the bird spin, but you only see the Harp without opening your inventory if you happen to be standing still. It appears on your, like, UI, and as speedrunners, we really try not to stand still as much as possible.
That is not our intent, that is true. And it seems like we got a Forbidden Woods to G2 path on the Volcano Island, which is likely just gonna be our Ruby tablet, all things considered.
Yeah. Jim's now kind of following in Sledge's footsteps, clearing out the sky, and Sledgen is on... Did you just... I completely
yes, I did say
auto-corrected.
I was watching Wind Waker earlier. That had a lot of Forbidden Woods shenanigans. I meant Farron Woods. Thanks, Alka.
This is like the exact opposite of every time I talk about a Zelda game that is not Skyward Sword, I talk about getting the claw shots, even when we're talking about Wind Waker and it's hook shot.
Yep.
Jim collecting his wallet. Oh, that's a whip on Goddess statue.
And before the inevitable upper Skyloft to Coloctor's path, anyone?
Yeah. That's not immediately helpful, but it will be important considering Ancient Cistern is one of our required dungeons. So,
yeah,
good to have. That's Mitts. Jim trying to pull out a bottle he doesn't have. I feel like this is a thing that I've definitely commentated Jim doing before, and I will laugh at it every time. I will laugh at it while also gleefully admitting that I've done the same thing.
Fair. Very fair.
So, with the location of Mitts, it is pretty advantageous in Jim's position for him to go to Skyloft instead of going straight to Elden, which it seems like he is doing. He seemed to have considered that zipper rock and then went, no.
Yeah, we'll be getting his mids in upper Skyloft. That's a bottle on Sledge.
Oh, Sledgen is...
Hopefully no foreshadowing.
Sledgen's going right outside upper. That's an interesting routing choice.
To get the silver rupee on Knights Academy Bell, if I peeked that correctly. Okay. Huh?
Oh, ding dong, there we go.
It was a silver rupee, okay.
Wonderful.
Even though I wear glasses, my eyes don't seem to fault me in that case.
I'm so much better at it when I'm the one running than when I'm the one commentating. I've, like, reviewed my own footage for... Oh my god, that's Magma Mix! Oh my god! Okay, I'm really glad Jim didn't jet Eldon.
That's
Oh,
very funny.
That's an early Magma Mitts.
Yeah. Now get some Gust
Also-
Bellows, and you might even consider going deeper into Boko Base.
Fire Shield Earrings would also be pretty good on that one. But yeah, I've definitely like reviewed my own footage before and gone, what on earth? How did I peak that? That was 3 pixels. How did I peak that? But like in the moment, you're just like, oh, neat. Those 3 pixels are specifically a monster horn.
Yeah, sometimes when you're running, you're just focused on a different level.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Especially when you're commentating and you have multiple streams in front of you. It's like, I cannot commentate that aggressively peeking everything on Sledge's screen because then I am completely ignoring what is on Jim's screen.
Yep, also Pero gifting us a vanilla bottle. Amazing.
Oh, thanks, man. Thank you so much. Jim also opting for the same routing to go get our 100 rupees.
Yeah, you ain't gonna pass on that 100 rupees.
50 rupees for a sword? That's pretty good.
Yeah. Honestly, it would be interesting to see what Sledge decides to do now with the rest of his spare money. Because he could, if the last 100 check is something, or like, no wait, never mind. It should be rather clear. Let's wait until we get there. Then I do.
Yeah, he also did make Jim going straight into shop as well. But he did make a like save scum save, which he did not use there, but he could have if he wanted to fully clear out the like 300 cost items and then like check, make sure that he didn't need any of them, reset, go pick up the sword, and then, you know, save the money to buy some of the more expensive items. We don't know, because the wallet was possibly required, that means that nothing that is hard, like that wallet was not hard required, so it's possible that something required could be later in shop and there are just more wallets in Logic, but it's also pretty likely that later in shop also just contains possibly required items. However, that's still something we probably want to prioritize because in these settings, possibly required items includes swords, and those are required. Oh, vanilla birdies. Thank you, sir.
I mean, the possibly required wallet could just hint to like a crystal pack on 600. For example. Could also be,
it could be nothing.
I don't know, Tringle.
Oops, get Tringled.
We peaked that. But we know there's something on 600. Because 800 and 1000 were both dead. And otherwise the wallet hint wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Also, Ray, for a moment I was thinking the same thing. That it was an AP item.
I believe our Baron regions... Yeah, we have our Baron regions. Oh my goodness! David is on it. I'm not on it.
As if I knew how the commands on this channel work.
I don't.
Wild, I know. Imagine being a restreamer and actually knowing some of the commands.
Alright, what's in Waterfall Cave? Cave's Key.
Cave's Key. I mean, kind of fitting. Cave's Key in Waterfall Cave? Huh?
So, Waterfall Cave and I have like this long-running rivalry because I never want to check Waterfall Cave. I remember one match in Remlets, or around Remlets. I don't think it was actual Remlets match. It might have been weekly or something like that. Before Remlets, where like Jim lost and after the match said something about, well, I had the opportunity to put off doing Skyloft until beating all of my dungeons and I thought it was funny. And I was like, see, that's me always. I do that all the time, especially Waterfall Cave. If I can do the rest of Skyloft and Orphan Waterfall Cave just to laugh at it, you bet I will. And it either pays off wild dividends or doesn't. And those are, in fact, the two options. But because gambler's fallacies, I am going to attach myself to, see, it works 50% of the time every time.
Very fair point. And yeah, I noticed that Waterfall Cave and Lanayru Cave, that they share the same music when I started creating my Kirby-themed music pack.
Oh, I've never considered that. Yeah, Jim does have a little tiny baby lead right now, just because he prioritized Farron early on. He now has the option to go directly to Eldin, do not pass go, do not collect 200 rupees. However, Sledge right behind, picking up that tablet, and we'll see if Sledge even chooses to clear out. It seems he's doing some peeking to clear out the rest of Farron first. And Jim, I am not sure, but he might be delaying Eldin further, despite the fact that we have all of these perfect made for Eldin items. Oh, it's gonna pay off. Oh my goodness.
That is a very good find for Jim. Oh, wow.
Yeah, my goodness. But reminder that so he gets 2 free checks out of doing Oriel and Pero together. And also he does have 10 gratitude crystals, so if he wants to, he could go do those 3 checks, but he just blew straight by it and is going to Eldin, so oh, he didn't check this hint yet. Just kidding.
Oh, yeah, right. Getting the information that Fletcher's crystals are not anything of worth.
Yeah, also, we are required to talk to that dude right there, Mr. Pieter, in order to turn in Pietrus later, and talking to him while you get the hint just saves having to sleep tonight, but because before you, like, accept the quest for Pietrus, you have to have met him at least once.
Yeah.
So, let's see if Sledge is very not too far behind, but we'll see if Sledge jets for Eldin or if Sledge decides to go the same route Jim did and pick up the claw shots first. Because if he doesn't pick up the claw shots first, delaying claw shots can be really rough.
Yeah, it absolutely can.
That's another wallet.
So we definitely don't need the wallet first.
Yes. I missed that hint. Did you get that hint?
Math being that.
Ah, neat. No, Sledge, no!
Oh,
Sledge!
gonna miss out on the claw shots for a while.
I can't even blame him, because I'll be real, I definitely would have made the same choice, and it would not have paid off in this instance. Just kind of a moment of rando's gonna rando.
I mean, with mids, you have like 20 checks in logic either way with
yes.
and mids.
Yeah, those claw shots aren't going to make a huge difference right now, but they do just generally speed up movement, letting Jim get a little bit ahead at a time. And also, they are definitely not something that you want to delay for any reason. So if Sledge winds up forgetting about Oriel, that could be really rough for him. Oh, hey, look, claw shot, saving minute amounts of time. Let's go.
Absolutely. You can Sledge might be able to mitigate the time save that Jim has over him if he gets Elden out of bounds with the Bokoblin.
Oh, it seems we've become a black screen on stream. That's interesting. One moment as we give you your eyeballs back. Don't worry, we will either give you good and accurate commentary on what you are missing of the racer's performance, or we're just gonna make stuff up wildly. Jim just did Big Pig. It was really impressive. Oh, Sledge is trying to mitigate for the fact that he doesn't have claw shots by doing the Boko out of bounds movement. It losing a little bit of time. Oh, we're back.
Hey.
Let's hear it for the tech wizard.
The scene switch tech, exactly, baseball. Basically the equivalent of, have you tried turning your device off and on again?
No, should I right now?
No, don't. That's what I just did.
Just turn off my whole computer. Oh, that's a beetle?
Ooh.
We got a beetle on Jim's side.
That's good to have.
Yeah, both of our runners opted to do the sand slide on Elden first, which does mean that they have to scale back up where Jim is scaling right now to go pick up these weird 2 rupee checks and also a hint in the Thrill Digger cave. Everybody's favorites.
Yep, and lots of money right here.
Wow, outside Thrill Digger checks? How to win at capitalism.
Very conveniently placed money.
Yup. That is going to be...
I think Hubert's trying to tell us something. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. That's gotta be, though, I believe, all of the money that Jim could possibly need for the rest of the seed, because we know that the only things we can need are those gratitude crystals on 300 and whatever was on 600 that was resulting in our wallets being possibly required. We now have Jim on his way back to the beginning of Elden to get those bunches of free checks. Luckily, we did not start at Volcano East, which is the very limiting starting place, but even if we did, it would be pretty, honestly, not a big deal with all of our... Jim forgetting what his dungeons are. We do not need that. But we have digging mitts and, in fact, magma mitts, so we would not need to miss any checks here anyway.
Yeah. Like, even if we did start at Volcano East, mitts would do the trick for us, and that's tablet percent. 22 minutes in.
Excellent.
So those claw shots gonna come in handy a lot for Jim.
Did Jim just skip Boko base? Interesting. He might be planning a warp to start, so he might be full clearing the rest of Eldin before going to do Boko Base, since he does have Magma Mitts, but he can't full clear Boko Base, so you have to warp to start.
Sense, yeah.
However, I always get antsy when I see strats like that because, oh god, please don't forget. Like, I think with my brain, and I have the memory of a very confused goldfish. So, please don't do
That's
a me and forget. We will find out, though, from Sledge and possibly, what is there. And it seems like there's not a lot of pings in early Eldin, so we get to skip a lot of the chests. Which makes this very quick.
Okay, and Sledge deciding to head into Boko Base.
Alright, we are... Oh, that is...
That's just on
One
Cliff
in-
and one of the ET ones.
Yeah, was that Cliff or
Yep, that was
Bone
Cliff.
Bridge?
That was definitely
Cliff?
Maybe Bone Bridge behind that. I could
Yeah.
not tell.
Cliff and Bone Bridge tend to be... Oh, that's a Tringle. Wonderful.
Yep.
Tend to be quite annoying to differentiate. If you're used to it, then you can pretty easily tell the difference between Bone Bridge and Drawbridge, but Cliff and Bone Bridge are very close to each other. Also, welcome in, Raiders from ZeldaSpeedRuns. I hope you had a lovely match over there. I assume it was a match?
The Wakering was fun.
Did you wake the winds? Yay, Jim is remembering things!
Bobby did wake the winds.
Jim remembered things. It's not gonna
let's go.
pay dividends because,
it's dead
he
anyway.
can't...
At least
Yeah.
you can do.
What's the item requirement to finish the game? So we need, for Skyward Sword Randomizer, Jim also deciding to bail, we need all 3 pieces of the Triforce. We need the Goddess Harp, and we need all but 1 sword. It doesn't matter which progressive swords you get, as long as you get all but 1. You could even get them all.
You can also get all 6, theoretically.
That's true.
Not that it's required, but you don't have to skip one.
Yes, but we also need to complete, for these settings, our 3 required dungeons. In this seed, it's going to be Lenaver Mining Facility, Ancient Cistern, and Fire Sanctuary. Jim has peaked the paperweights up there on the cliff. Good paperweights.
5 bombs or something like that.
Yeah, it was 5 bombs. So currently our runners do both have access to all 3 tablets, which means all 3 of our surface regions are open access. We also have the whip, which is going to be required because it is hard required to complete Ancient Cistern. However, we cannot get into Ancient Cistern because we don't have Water Dragon Scale. Also, very nice funny peek that you can use the beetle to sneak a look behind Low Bomb there. Very cute.
I love that peak so much. I go for it basically every time if I have like just something that gets me closer to the screen or lets me angle that.
Jim is not doing crane strat. It saves like no time and is very funny. Why are we not doing it? It saves like half a second. Good news for Sledgen right here. So Jim is a little bit ahead because Jim got his claw shots before going through Eldin, but Sledgen has not forgotten his claw shots. He is picking them up right now on Oriel. That is what we like to see for a good even race.
There were some fire shield earrings on Great Tree.
Yep. So Sledgen is doing his best to catch up. However, Jim does have a slight advantage, being that he got those earlier. He could save a tiny bit of time in Elden, and he could do a couple of extra checks here. Yes, that is pretty strong.
Sure is. And since Sledge peaked that one, I doubt he'll go to Lanera before picking that one up.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, bombs are would be insane right now.
Yeah, they aren't necessarily going to be rushing back to Elden because they have a Lanayru access, but for Lanayru access, you really want to be going for having ideally 2 items before you enter Lanayru for the first time, and those are claw shots and bombs. And going with 1 is fine, but it would be lovely to have both. And currently we have no idea where bombs are. They would also open up a lot in Elden because they would open up the rest of Boko base. Jim is ignoring everything I just said and going, no, Lanayru, never heard of it. We're going back to Elden.
Oh yeah, funny thing, we can access Fire Sanctuary.
Yeah, true. True. Which is quite a few checks, so this is not a terrible play. Absolutely.
I was wondering, why did Jim
changing his mind
to Volcano East?
Jim having a moment of confusion and then going, wait, what? So if he's going to Fire Sanctuary, what? Jim, where are we going? Oh, we have realized that we did not open up this pathway. That's what we did. Oopsies.
Yeah. Okay, that was just a bow on Beetle 600.
Okay. Alright.
So they're very possibly required.
So if we're going to Fire Sanctuary, Jim does have access to... Oh, no circles. Most of Fire Sanctuary. However, no matter what you're skipping, I believe there is not a way to skip bombs in Chest Behind Bombable Wall, so he can't get that one. If you can skip pretty much any other item, for any other check in the entire dungeon except Chest Behind Bombable Wall, really hard requires both Magma Mitts and bombs. Like, Bellows highly suggested.
Yeah, but you can get around those.
Yes, and you can douse it. Sledge
That's
also
pretty
doing...
much the one saving grace.
Sledge's doing some Skyloft cleanup. He does have access to a couple of extra checks. We saw Zelda's Closet was Gratitude Crystals. That does seem to put Sledge at 30, which is a good place to be. That's 4 checks. And we're gonna see if we needed the Collins letter. What was that hint? I didn't see what that hint was.
That was the second check copy.
Okay.
Okay, Collins
More
letter
capitalism.
being a net negative of minus 95 rupees. Not very good day. And yeah, it looks like Sledge will now be going back to get his Hook Beetle.
Okay, that side hop that Jim did was so swaggy. And then he tried to scoop water out of a railing.
I mean, why
excellent.
not?
Alright,
Okay, that's a nice Pietrasint.
Yup. I didn't see what the item was, but I saw that it was yellow, and that means we probably don't need it.
It was a semi-rare treasure.
Oh, excellent. Alright,
And yay, FS time.
Jim, it seems, is opting for a pretty standard beginning to Fire Sanctuary, as opposed to making the choice to go do Bit immediately. It seems we're getting some early information.
The conscious choice of not breaking the entire dungeon.
But I like breaking things!
Each to their own.
Jim better break the dungeon or I'm gonna whine on comms. The only threat I have at my disposal. Alright, we got our Fire Sanctuary small key. There are 3 of those in total, but in these settings we do start with 1 because we here at Skyward Sword Randomizer Incorporated take the opposite approach of Wind Waker, where we go, no, you can just start with the key that would otherwise always be in the first chest because, no thank you, we do not want to always have to fight the Bogos.
Looking at you, DRC.
Yup. Jim is also now taking the very intended route. If you go through Fire Sanctuary backwards at all, it's very quick to pick up Balcony and you can skip all of this, but it seems that he is intending not to do back in time shenanigans. Either way it's kind of a gamble, whether or not you want to do forwards or backwards, and you can kind of make educated guesses based on what is pinging, but it seems that Jim is opting for, no, I don't need it, why would I need to do that, and then jumping on the lava. That was so cute. Oh, I haven't seen that one.
Very fun. Oh, wow. I'm only used to skipping the cutscene, but using the cutscene to make Link's feet heat proof.
Ooh,
that's a new one.
That's also our boss key right there. In terms of picking stuff up in a dungeon, usually our prime goal is to not have to double dip the dungeon for any reason. So picking up the boss key and having that not be in the one location that we'd have to go back for later and being able to finish the dungeon is potentially really strong.
Yep.
Meanwhile, we have Sledge has opted for Lanayru. Seems that we don't have a ton of pings in Lanayru, but that does not mean that Lanayru is dead.
Nope. I think I saw like 2 pings, one being Sand Oasis and the other... No wait, we had 3 pings. Sand Oasis, what's the one where you blow up the wall and walk for a long amount of time?
Yeah, Secret Passage Chest.
Thank you. Secret Passageway and the Party Wheel Chest.
And
God,
that
I
is
haven't
also...
played Skyward Sword for so long, I'm starting to forget locations.
Come play Skyward Sword with us. Come do it, David. I'm not a bad influence at all. You cannot accuse me of it.
I mean, I did sign up for the Co-op All Sanity in about 2 weeks.
Heck yeah! Everybody get hyped for the Co-op All Sanity. I'm definitely not biased in advertising for it as the person organizing it. But,
and I mean, my co-op partner's running right now.
Yeah, definitely zero bias going on in terms of the comms team, because that is your co-op partner and my co-op partner. Our runners today.
Very funny. Also,
I did not realize
thing,
that.
In the main SSR bracket, I played both of these runners in the best of 3.
Oh. So this is very personal.
And I lost both series 2-0.
Don't worry, I didn't even compete at all, so you're doing better than I am. Oh, that's the harp? Okay, that's a required item.
That do be very required item.
That's possibly helpful. Going back to Ray mentioned in chat that there's a lot that Sledgen can't do in desert right now because he doesn't have bombs. However, bombs once again would open up this seed a lot and would also speed up a lot of what Jim has been working on. So that could be really good for Sledgen if bombs are over here, because Jim is unlikely to try to go to Lanayru at this point until he finds bombs to speed it up. So that could be a really good opportunity for Sledgen to catch up.
Yeah, also a very nice double hit on the Magmanos.
I need to learn how to make that consistent.
Yeah, it is very nice.
Oh, more gratitude crystals. Sledgen is racking up those gratitude crystal packs. He has 35 gratitude crystals.
Single dipping the throw, since we got a hint that 50 is dead.
Oh, that would be so good. That's really nice to hear.
Yeah.
Alright, there's our
Smoky.
Last one, yeah. So it seems like Jim is pretty, like, getting dividends from going forwards. He's pretty systematically full clearing, which, knowing Jim's playstyle is pretty much what he is best at, is, you know, systematically going through things pretty intended ways. So this kind of plays into his strengths.
Absolutely, yeah.
Sledgen, unfortunately, has found a lot of pings inside the nodes, but none of them were the one check he can actually get inside the nodes. So all of those are going to be bomb locked. However, he is not done here. We still have Caves, I believe, was not hinted dead. We've got a check in Gorge, and we've got all of Sandsea.
Yeah, Caves was not hinted dead, although with Thunderhead and... Oh, that's Bellows!
That's pretty good. That's pretty
pretty
good.
So now we're bombs away from being able to full clear LMF.
Yes, it is possible to clear LMF without Bellows in some circumstances. You usually don't want to unless you're me, so...
So what you're saying is you like being stupid in LMF?
Oh, yes. Oh, being stupid in LMF is so fun.
I mean, there are like, I don't know, 3 RBMs that I usually know for LMF. Those being Pinwheel Gate, that was a sort of Golo.
That was.
Don't mix up the Gorons.
Yes, that one's Golo. Not to be confused with Gorko.
Yep. Or
not
Gortron.
to be confused with...
No, wait.
There are literally only 2 Gorons, so,
No,
if
wait,
you
there's
get
a third
confused
one
past,
in
there is?
Shipyard.
Oh, right! True! I forget his name.
That's what I'm currently looking up right now.
Definitely not Googling. Don't even worry about it.
Absolutely not.
Alright, Jim head into back half. And Sledgen still methodically... Gotram. That one.
Yes.
Sledgen can, in fact, do this check as well here, which is pretty nice for him that he can get this check out of the way. This check is notoriously slow and has weird requirements because you need the Digging Mitts and the Gust Bellows. He had to get paid for his troubles. Neat.
But I don't think that Sledge views this time commitment as worth for its price.
Yeah, unfortunately, not quite what we were looking for. I was so sure that he was gonna get got by the cursed keys, which is such an annoying time loss, and then he was like, psych, and he jumped off the stairs?
Yep.
Keeping me guessing. Oh, that's a sword? Fire Sworduary, living up to its name.
Absolutely. That's white sword knowledge for us.
It seems that Fire Sanctuary had quite a few helpful items. However, Sword is not super useful in terms of actually... Oh, that was the bug net! Why did you not pick up the bug net, Sledgen? Oh. SMH.
Dang. You could have used that opportunity to ping Jazz.
But, swords are not super helpful at the moment for anything other than actual combat. Usually they can give you access to some checks in Thunderhead, but Thunderhead was hinted barren, so we won't be seeing that today. Important question for you, David, as the restreamer, who is in charge.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to make Kikwi noises on mic?
Yes.
Heck yeah! Q! That was the Q key.
That was a very awesome impression of a Kikwi.
My true calling and only marketable skill. Alright, we have Jim completing our first dungeon, and this does seem to be a full clear, because not quite a full clear, because we didn't see second trapped magma, but full clear available, because I did not see chest behind bombable wall pinging at any point. And that does make it look like Jim is a lot further ahead than he is. He is a bit ahead, but reminder that he has to go through and do most of the things that Sledgen is currently doing. Sledgen has a bush.
Incredible. Now he has a bomb.
Yes, I believe he wanted the bomb the first time, but the game said push.
Bomb you want, bush you shall receive.
Bush teleport? We bush warping?
I saw that. Oh, wow!
Oh,
That's
no!
an evil spot for bomb back.
That's rough. Oh, that's really good for Jim.
Because you can just single dip Lanayru Desert, and that's another sword.
Yep, that's another sword for Sledgen. So Sledgen has two swords that Jim doesn't have. Jim has one sword that Sledgen doesn't have. But yeah, no, that's gonna save Jim a lot of time going through and getting the checks that Sledgen has been doing, because, he can go clear the nodes all at once, and also, once he picks up his bellows, there's not really anything stopping him from going in and full clearing LMF immediately, which is another quick and optimized dungeon clear. So that's really good for him, and might save him quite a bit of the work that Sledgen is putting in. I haven't seen anything in Sansi yet other than the sword, so there's honestly a possibility that Jim never has to go to Sansi, and that would be really bad for Sledgen.
Yeah.
Oh, Sledgen white sword dowsing?
White sword dowsing in Pirates when you don't have Quick Beetle is very nice.
I always forget to do that. But that saves him quite a bit of time, since there's no reason why we need rupees anymore. He doesn't have to do 2 of those 3 beetle checks. And that's gonna save quite a bit of time, because this beetle check he is doing is out of logic, and since the hook beetle is never supposed to go over here, it takes forever.
Yeah, also we are a Scale and a Triforce from no mode. We have one hinted in the Nehru Desert.
Oh,
That being this one, that was
Yep.
Triforce of Power.
Yep, there's that one. I did not even remember that that was pinging, so, Neato Burrito.
Absolutely.
Jim
So
can
yeah,
also
Triforce
now...
of Wisdom and Scale from no mode.
Yes. Jim can also now do this with bombs, which is slightly faster. You can see Jim's luck paying dividends. Just sometimes do checks in the right order.
Absolutely.
Rando
Yeah,
gonna rando.
Like that was only a sword in Sansi.
Yeah, so if Jim delays Sansi as much as possible, he might just find Master Sword, since we don't require TMS in these settings, and then never go to Sansi, which would be really, really good for him and really bad for Sledgen, because Sansi is a decent amount of checks, but it's also very, very slow.
Yeah.
Alright, it seems Sledgen is still not going to Fire Sanctuary, but is going to go into LMF, which it has a very low possibility of really, like, going to bite him in the butt, of only if the boss key is vanilla, can he not complete the dungeon, but,
or if boss key chest has one of our two other required items, or leads to one of those.
Yeah.
Also possibly. Like, we haven't seen any trial songs yet.
Also, if specifically, if boss key is on small key locked room and the small key is on BK chest, that would also be really mean for Sledgen, but what are the odds of that? I'm not trying to curse the runners, okay? You can get the 2 Bellows rooms checks without the small key, and it is usually faster to do so unless you need the small key locked room. He could skip the small key if it's on BK chest, potentially.
Oh, double pings and the fire.
Oh my goodness.
More
what
crystals.
We got?
More crystals.
Oh!
And a last Triforce. Okay, that is Scale from no mode.
Yeah.
For us.
That was a double Tringle in Nehru Desert. My goodness.
Yep.
And we have this and one more bomb locked ping here. Oh, that was Din's power.
An empty Din's power. Or like an empty Din's trial.
Unsurprising that our trial was empty, considering that we are only required to get one more item that we don't know where it is.
Yep.
This might wind up being a bit of a jet seed if we don't need the trials.
Now that you now that you mentioned the J word, I'm hoping that it's like a bunch of trials.
It's just gonna be a really long trial chain, and we're gonna wind up seeing like the Skyloft trial RBW. All right.
Oh, that's Mosky just pinging.
Okay.
And you cannot even hope that it's a small key, because the key lock is also pinging. The 2 swords that Jim is missing are on Golo and Lunaru Caves, and the one on chest after Moblin in Skipper's Retreat in Sansi.
Oh, that's the light tree fruit.
I was so ready for that to be Scale. with that pose. Yeah, that, I think, if I remember correctly, is a remix of Core from Undertale. Since copyright
That is
strikes,
definitely a remix of Core from Undertale. Sorry, I just had to turn on the audio for that.
Yeah. Since the copyright claims with Undertale music is always a bit rough, I think Sledge decided to use, or I don't know if he even made his own remix of Core.
All right, Sledgen has entered back in time. It's our first back in time instance of the seed. On either side. Jim has decided to take part in recreational bowling.
Yay.
Sledgen appears to be doing just the bit warp, which I didn't catch what was pinging in front half of LMF. Did you catch it?
West Room was definitely not pinging. I don't know about Armos.
Okay. It seems that Sledgen is checking, which, personally, I am always terrified and save before checking, so I really hope that Sledgen is correct.
Hmm.
Because this room can be quite annoying, to do if you don't have to.
That may have scaled, that is true. We have not
that is
seen
very
any
true.
of the pro stuff yet.
Let's see if we have Jim raising LMF while he's here, since he has bombs. Because Jim does not have Bellows yet, but is about to get Bellows in, like, you know, 2 minutes.
Yeah. Seems about right.
Alright, I'm trusting Sledgen that this was in fact the one that was pinging and it wasn't the one behind it. Which, oh, Sledgen jumped to the side. Hold on, he's building suspense.
Oh, what is it? What is it?
I need to know.
A small key.
Yeah, the Holiday Mining Facility small key.
Okay. So we do have
That's
key
not
lock
a bad
available
place
now.
for that.
Yeah. Could have been on a way worse spot. Like the aforementioned small key on big key chest with key locked having the boss key.
Yeah,
AKA
that's the worst.
The worst LMF layout imaginable.
Yeah, you really don't want to get the small key while in back half of LMF, because that means you're kind of guaranteed to have to double tread. But that is about as far into LMF as you can get, with it still being really, really easy to just go back into the first half and do it. Jim getting his Bellows. Ooh, Sledgen having to do this the intended way because he doesn't have bombs.
Again, devious bomb placement.
Absolutely.
On the G2 hard container.
Those bombs did Sledgen dirty.
They really did.
Alright.
Okay, since I actually rolled the seed personally this time because Randobot decided to not cooperate, this time you can actually blame me if the seed is terrible. Which so
what if
far
I don't
I
want
would
to?
say it isn't, except for the bomb back.
What if I want to blame myself? I did not have any
not for
part.
that reason then. Because that just wouldn't make sense.
Yes, Jim can full clear this dungeon. So it made a lot of sense. And Jim doing just Jim things, and oh, that was small key locked BK. But
That
Jim
was
deciding
half of the worst LMF layout.
I didn't curse them entirely, but Jim has decided to stand true to what I said earlier and just ignore the fact that Bit could technically be faster and completely just go through the intended way, which honestly in this case isn't terrible routing considering we know that he has to go back through that room again anyway. So he can just kind of go in a little figure eight, and that'll be pretty optimal. We have Sledge and clearing out Bellows' room. Ooh, that was an Eaton Ping in Bellows' room. What we got? A beetle!
Nice Queedle. Very nice Queedle acquired.
Queedle acquirement is a fun phrase to say, and I encourage you all to say it at home. God damn it! That BMOS had Jim's number. That BMOS had Jim's personal phone number and his Discord user ID for good measure. Damn.
Yep.
Also, we have, assumedly, they are kind of almost high-fiving in LMF, but assumedly now Sledgen is on his way into actually completing the dungeon and hopefully getting us some new checks to peep at as stream viewers.
I still want to see Betro.
That was an oopsie.
Oh. Well. That was a not pinging chest.
Yep, that was an oopie doopie. He did the opposite of what I always do, which is accidentally mistake the Armos chest that is in the room that Jim is leaving now for the chest behind it, and he thought both of them were pinging. Unfortunate.
Yep, that's a regular mishap for me as well, because I decided to not ping thoroughly. There was an LMF is Moldarak. Big Scorpion.
Big Scorpion. Woohoo! Scorpion!
Also, looking at the time, happy 1 hour, folks.
Oh, indeed.
Hope you have fun with the restream of the lower bracket finals game 1 match for Skyward Sword Season 3 tournament between Jim and Sledge. I want to give a big thanks to our two trackers, Echo and Baseball, for keeping our trackers nice and tidy. And also big thanks to my co-com, Vivian the Top Hat, being a joy to commentate with.
No, I reject your shilling for me, and I replace it with my own shilling for you. David is the one who's keeping this operation together. Please direct all thank yous to Cube David.
Well, too bad, because I'm rejecting your rejection.
Oh no!
Be appreciated.
We didn't get to mention much at the beginning because we got too distracted by telling you to say happy birthday to Gymnast, happy birthday to Gymnast. That this is in fact the losers finals, which means that neither of these two runners have lost yet. They are, whoever is victorious in this best of 3 will go on to our grand finals and be against Jasnix, which has Sledgen faced Jasnix yet?
No, Jazz
No.
and Sledge have been on opposite side of the bracket.
So that would be a rematch for Jim, who got knocked down in winners finals, or just an excellent opportunity to go up against Jasnix for Sledgen. And both of these runners are like generally very accomplished at Skyward Sword Randomizer, so we should be in for some good matches coming up.
Yeah, both of them being incredibly high caliber runners for this randomizer.
We kind of have the new guard versus the old guard, which is always pretty fun to watch. A lot of people are probably pretty familiar with Jim for his being around for over 10 years and running literally everything. And Sledgen, I believe, only started playing Skyward Sword and SSR about 2 years ago at most.
I think it's like 1.5 years ever. Like I think November 2023, I want to say, which is or maybe October. It's like a month or two before I started picking the randomizer up as well.
Yeah, so this is definitely like a testament to how much Sledgen has accomplished in a relatively short span of time in comparison to Jim just has years of experience to fall back on. But hey, experience is not everything.
Exactly.
All right, well, we got on development. Is it scale? It was a bow.
It's another bow. The last one we needed knowledge of.
We now have Sacred Bow mode.
Absolutely.
Sacred Bow no mode? Sacred no bow.
Something like that.
Hippie.exe has stopped working.
Have you tried turning the device off and on again?
Hold on, I'm gonna hold down my power button. Alright, now we do have a huge opportunity for Jim to lose time. Because we do not know that we need the... But jeez, Jim, stop doing that swag. That's terrifying.
That was frightening.
Yeah, that hurt my soul. But we do not know if we need BK chest in LMF. If it's scale, that's pretty strong for Jim. Yeah, that's pretty aggressive lead for Jim. If it is like a gratitude crystal pack, then that's just free time save for Sledgen. So this check is very, very long and could determine quite a bit. So we're gonna have to wait a while. There's some shipping time involved. That's what happens when you ship your Amazon packages via minecart. So in the meantime, we get to watch Sledgen go through and do a lot of the things that we saw Jim doing earlier, and seemingly forget the fact that Summit is barren. And to that I say, mood.
Mood indeed.
Oh, Sledgen is ditching that hint.
I mean, he won't regret it anyway, since it's just a copy of the second.
Yes, indeed. I really hope that Sledgen remembers that he does not have to do item behind digging, because that other ping is... oh, no, he did not remember.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, no!
Oh.
No, oh, good, he remembered now. Okay. Thank you, Sledgen!
Always read your hints carefully, folks.
Always read your hints. Don't be me. Don't full clear barren hinted regions.
Always a terrible feeling. Does that work already?
This strat that Jim is doing is
okay, wow.
So swaggy. Like
it is. Yeah.
Doing the rolls all the way back is a lot tighter than it looks, and also being able to judge that, like, yeah, that's enough is oh god. Oh.
Saved it by the midair slash.
Saved it! Oh my goodness. Momentum. Yeah, if he had landed there on the lower area, that would have been quite annoying because that might have reset his respawn point. But yeah. That jump slash going straight into the void, excellent thinking. Really nice recovery.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
And now is where I get confused, because I've gotten so used to all sanity that I'm like, what do you mean this puzzle isn't randomized?
Yeah, randomized puzzles is very fun to play with. I like.
It actually doesn't even lose as much time as I thought it would, to have randomized puzzles turned on. It's just kind of fun.
Yeah. I mean, the biggest time loss you get is the AC puzzle.
We get such a nice, view here of how slow this check that Jim is doing really is, because, oh my goodness.
Oh, I think I heard a sword stab connect, but the damage didn't go through.
That, my heart cannot take it. Okay, what is this chest? What is this chest?
A bottle.
Get bottled. So that is just a lot of free time save for Sledge, because that was like a third of Fire Sanctuary, compared to Jim doing a single check. That being said, yes, Jim is still probably pretty far ahead, because remember that Sansi was pretty dead, and that Jim already cleared out a bunch of Lanayru that Sledge unfortunately had to skip. And
Jim
Sledge
also
will
gets
have to do that.
Dip Lanayru Gorge because of the Light Fruit.
Yep, that a little bit of insult to injury there. Sometimes Rando got a rando and just goes, well, Sledgein, why didn't you check the checks in the correct order? Sassy pose, and that's just kind of rude of it. Really. Yep. Actually, maybe the randomizer found out that's Jim's birthday.
Might be.
I mean, is it the intended order when our first dungeon was the last dungeon?
Oh yeah, right, you can just stab Moldy's claws instead of doing the sword slashes. Makes it way easier.
I need to start doing that. I always have problems when, if you go into Moldarak with one of the longer swords, you are more likely to clang off of Moldarak for some reason, and it's really frustrating. We don't care for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we just kind of skimmed by the fact that both of our runners did have very clean Moldaraks. Moldarak has like an entire second phase casually where he like burrows under the sand, and if you are on your A game, you can kind of just pretty consistently go no.
How about
not
you don't?
Do that. Yep. We just back him up into a wall and poke him in the eye, and he goes, ow, 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 okay, I'll stop. And then he, like, disappears and becomes a poof of smoke and a vibrating Wiimote.
Yep. The vibrating remote part is very important.
Yes. Yeah, scale is truly the only thing we are missing. That's harp for Sledge, by the way. The only thing we are
like
missing.
In a scale casino at this point.
Yeah, Jim will probably wind up full clearing Sansy at this point, considering that he can full clear both Gorge and Sansy. Which we, however, on Restream know that that's a big ol' waste of his time, but he doesn't know that, so he's gonna do it anyway. But that does mean that we have to wait until he goes to, or at least somebody. Ooh, very nice on Sledge's
Also gets
side.
a double hit on the McManus.
Jim, this isn't all sanity.
This Gossip Stone does not have a hint. It is removed. Because Temple of Time Gossip Stone usually sucks. If you don't have other math as your required dungeon.
It sure does. We'll see though if Jim does immediately re-land. Oh no, we might be going to Skyloft first. Oh, that's really fun for us on Restream. It's probably good for Jim too because it means he might skip Sansy. Just kidding, we're going to Eldon.
We're going to Eldon.
He was just like, I'm gonna make you lie, Pippi. And I'm like, that's really rude, actually. Please stop.
We going Boko base.
I thought we were gonna
we did have two pings in there.
Yes, this is true. That is good.
At the very least. One being on Cliff and the other being one of the ET checks. I cannot differentiate the ET checks.
Yeah, if you're going up, you just go, I'm going up. That. Jim was just like, listen, I hear you like the show Psych. And I'm like, I do, but I didn't want to recreate it. But we will now see for sure. Is this just on Cliff? Oh no, that looks like Bone Bridge. Which means that if that's Bone Bridge, then that's been in Logic for a while.
Let's see.
The downside of Jim not going to Caves and Sansy is that he does not know that Water Dragon Scale is go mode. Oh no, was that Cliff? Yeah. That was Cliff?
Yeah. Cliff was definitely pinging.
I thought it was Bone Bridge from that angle.
I just couldn't tell if Bone Bridge was.
I am blind, apparently. Don't worry about it. But, yeah, the downside is that he doesn't know that Scale puts him in no mode, and so he is going to full clear areas, regardless of if he gets Scale.
Thunder Dragon song with a slingshot!
Yo! My favorite Baron blocker! Oh, that is a very good Plats catch on both sides today.
Yeah.
I cannot catch Plats for the life of me, so GG's to our runners.
Absolutely.
Oh, it was both?
Oh, was it?
Okay. No, it wasn't. No, Jim just got tired and wanted to take a break. You know what? Same, man. Sometimes life is a lot.
We'll get that opportunity in 40 minutes, because our runners have scheduled a break for 5 minutes at the 90-minute mark.
Okay, I'll be real, I saw that on Jim's personal stream layout, and I thought that he had turned it on for the All-Sanity, and that he just turned it on early, and I was like, wait, we don't normally have a break in a tournament. We're taking a break? But runner's agreement breaks do exist. I forget this. It seems we do not have to wait for our train, which is very good news. That other check is super slow.
Oh yeah, true. Breaks are default under tournament rules. I forgot about that.
Jim now has 40 gratitude crystals. That means a single dip of Betrow is imminent. Imminent, I tell you.
Yeah, I think most people are just very used to not taking breaks.
Listen, breaks mess with my brain. Like, I can't. My ADHD is in the hyper focus direction, not the all over the place direction, except for my speech patterns, as you can notice. If I have the opportunity to skip breaks, I always will. Alright, it seems that Boko Base has been pretty nothing so far.
Yep.
That is...
Master Sword for Sledge.
Yep. So Sledge does not need any more swords. However, Sledge also...
in Lanayru.
Yeah.
Which he will, I imagine he'll go back for that once he gets his bomb back.
Yeah. Which, who knows, might actually be pretty good for him, because, again, Jim is going to be full clearing regions, looking for his swords. Well, Boko Base was a dud, but Sledgen might hit no mode or hit go mode once he gets, Water Dragon Scale. We'll see. This really... Jim does have a lead, but it's not impossible.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to see Betrow mode? I want Betrow mode.
Betrow mode would be very fun, yeah.
This would be really bad if Sledgen ever decides to go back to the LMF BK chest, but hopefully he won't. That would be a very silly thing to do. Yep, and it's Betrow time. If you are double dipping Betrow, it is often better to actually just sleep tonight and not do that cute little side hop, because this animation is very slow. But since we're single dipping and we only have to watch it once, it is still faster than sleeping tonight. Yeah, I think most people would last location LMF boss key at this point.
Yeah. So that's gonna be a net time save for Sledge. Okay, bat 5 is nothing. Bat 10 is nothing.
Bat
30 is nothing.
Bat 40?
40 is nothing. 3 out of the 4 checks so far were red rupees, by the way.
That's incredible. There is Sledgen's bomb bag. Oh, okay.
The chest is pinging.
Say what?
Okay, what's it gonna be?
Oh no! Oh no! My soul! Oh!
Oh my god!
Foul gratitude! Oh
what
no!
A disappointment!
Oh no! Sir! Sir! Baron Tro? Oh, really? Really? Alright, Jim's gonna go do Malara!
Yep.
Yeah, reminder that while they are pretty even on progression now, Jim does have still a bit of a lead in that he has been able to single dip more regions, and so unless Sledge gets real lucky and gets to skip a lot of these checks, he still does have some ground to cover. But this has been not very good in terms of casino for Jim, so it has given a bit of ground back to Sledgen because of that.
Yeah, I think the best case for Sledgen would be if Jim finds the scale ASAP. Because then the likelihood of doing Floria and AC is a lot higher. Instead of actually going for the swords in caves and Sansi.
I'm honestly pretty surprised. Oh right, Jim never went back to shop.
Yep.
I'm honestly pretty surprised that that bell. I'm sorry, Belle, but I'm pretty surprised that we haven't seen Jim go back to caves in Sansi yet.
Yeah.
Considering that he can full clear Gorge, like,
It is a pretty efficient clear of all of those Lanera regions.
buying those gratitude crystals. You might as well go get Bat 50 at this point. Am I right?
Right.
It is becoming. Oh, that was really swaggy on Sledge inside. That's.
Sledge really likes his unbuffered break slides.
I could never, man. Those.
I think I've started doing them as well.
Yes, Bat 50 is hinted dead. Jim has full cleared Patro. But listen, funny. Funny. Alright, item and bird's nest. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's actually going to be item and bird's nest has Scrapper, and scale is on Owlin's crystals. This is definitive.
Scrapper.
Oh, we have Scrapper. I forgot you start with Scrapper in most settings.
Ooh, you know what would be really fun?
Oh.
Scale on Kikwis. No, wait. Wait, we still have an unfulfilled Ellen to Galactos hint, I think, but that's been so convoluted I have no idea what item leads to our scale.
It was LMF to.
So yeah, Kikwis are actually not a possibility.
Oh, where'd we get an LMF? Oh! You know what we got?
Bombs are also not the path, because then it would have been Fire Sanctuary to Galactos.
We got that Life Tree fruit that no one's turned in yet.
Yeah.
Do we think that that's just gonna be like entirely it's all on Gorge?
God, I'm currently thinking if I remember all the stuff that we have found in Elden.
Yeah, that Jim's kind of gone on a bit of an adventure that hasn't played out super well for him. He had such this massive lead, and it's kind of dwindling in Casino.
Yeah.
So it's possibly gonna come down to just check the right checks 5 head, which is never what you want to hear.
Honestly, Life Tree Fruit might be very well a possibility, considering it's locked by Ember Tablet, which was in El Volcano. But then, what would be the Moldrack path? Honestly, I think it's not even worth thinking about it for me anymore, because I just end up confusing myself a lot. But I'm still
reminder
continuing
though
to do
that we are about to see a new check from Jim's side.
Right.
Because Sledge didn't have Harp when he did his Skyloft clean. I almost said Skyview. Skyloft cleanup.
Oh, right.
So,
the Elden Beetle could be the case.
True. But we are about to see that Harp path.
Considering that the other 2 beetles were strictly beetle locked. Now we have gotten a Fletch in. Fletch is nothing. The hint was on Bamboo Island.
Yeah, this has become a much
here.
closer match.
Yeah.
Alright. Is this our scale? Because honestly, This check also. Oh, that said required.
Required for Raw's courage.
Oh.
+1. Wait.
Okay.
That means scale, no?
That's... Oh.
That's scale.
Okay, 100%. My play here would be jet to Farron and go full clear the Farron trial.
Yep.
Because yeah, Farron trial RBM.
Yeah. So if Sledge decides to do Colin, which for now he won't because he'll be going straight to Boko base.
Is Jim actually going to go do the trial? Jim's gonna go do the trial. My goodness.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, unfortunately, it seems that Sledgen is not getting the most out of his ability to skip checks because he's going to Boko base. Possibly? We're saving.
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing? Are we saving to be able to save scum entering Boko base? I'm not sure why we're saving.
That's a good question.
Anyway, but maybe he's just concerned his console might crash. But that does mean that he is about to waste a bunch of time. Was that a harp cancel? That was a harp cancel.
Yep. Very nice.
How do you do it? I don't understand.
It is pretty tight timing.
I'm aware that there's like a strategy to it, and I don't know how to do it, and I feel silly. But Jim is very consistent at it, and is going for a peekabout.
Yeah, for me personally, it's been more or less consistent if I just press B before the first drum. And we have our aforementioned 5-minute break at the 90-minute mark.
For a second, I really thought that just like somebody was having a controller issue, and then I realized that was both screens.
Maybe both have controller issues.
Welcome to 5 minutes of pre-scripted controller issues.
Yep.
Did you know you can script that?
Incredible. I know.
All right.
But yeah,
how do we commentate a break?
That's a very good question. We could either opt for just muting for the duration of the break, or we just talk about what has happened so far in the seed.
Or we can follow Ray's advice and talk about chickens. Do you have opinions on chickens?
Chickens are cool. My parents own a couple of chickens. So we do have eggs. And chickens are cool. I have quite let's just say interesting names for my chickens in Stardew Valley. I've recently started playing Stardew Valley.
Okay, so hot takes. I really don't like chickens in real life. I used to work on a farm. I used to be a living history tour guide on a farm and had to dress up in 1890s like dress and petticoats and lead. This is just a weird fun fact. Lead kids and adults around the farm and help them feed chickens and make ice cream. That was most of my job. And I did not like the chickens or the like guinea fowl that we had because both of them liked to peck our butts. Really rude. They just liked to peck, like jump up and try to peck at the employees, despite the fact that we were the ones who carried their food. Really rude, honestly. Don't peck the hand that feeds you. they also were like notoriously violent because they were like
Oh no.
really mean to each other. If anybody's unaware, this is a fun fact I used to say in tour guide stuff a lot. The phrase the pecking order comes from female chickens will often peck at each other and pull out each other's feathers in order to assert dominance and a hierarchy. Oh, the black screen has returned. Oh no.
Oh, has it?
Yeah. But yeah, the
Okay.
chickens used to peck at each other and rip out each other's feathers, and it was really, really rude. That being said, Stardew Valley, my favorite chicken's name was Snowlittlecoo.
Yeah. Okay, let's see if the same
Stardew.
thing helps like last time, and it does.
Oh, heck yeah!
Amazing.
Heck yeah! Have you considered force rebooting your chickens?
Have you tried turning your chickens off and on again?
Poor Snowlittlecoo.
Just press the chicken's power button.
Oh, I believe that's how you get ahead in playing Link's Awakening for the Switch. Is you use the power chicken? I think that's how that works. It's been a while since I've seen Link's Awakening for Switch speedruns.
I don't think I've seen any speedruns of it. I just have very vague memory of me playing through the game.
I thought that I started that game, didn't care for it, only played it a little bit, and gave up relatively early. But turns out, on further reflection, I've been informed that I actually got to right before the final dungeon.
Oh wow. So even managed to go through the worst part of the game, aka Eagle's Tower.
I barely remember a lot of it. Anyway, our runners are back.
Yep, break time's over.
Alright, so, it was pointed out earlier that potentially, Sledge could be in a decent position to skip what Jim is doing right now. Jim also is,
Wow.
Jim, why?
I did not think that would work.
My anxiety would not allow. No. Why? Oh my goodness.
Alright, that's our title. Yes,
Wait,
I am one of the very few people that actually has specific names for the upgraded beetle variations.
So, how many items were in this trial?
2. One of them being Ferocious Courage and the other being that beetle.
Alright, so, yeah, if that other item had been the sword, that would have been really good for Jim, but, it is not. It was Teetle.
Yeah. Because with a sword on that, he would have been able to skip all of Sansi.
Yeah, it's still not impossible for Jim to skip all of Sansi, but it's becoming less and less worth it in terms of time save. Sledge has also opted to, he seems to be checking his Patro stash, but he has also opted to go to everything else before Knight Academy, which is unfortunate for him because we know that, Knight Academy is the only thing that he's got to find here. Jim is continuing to collect stuff. He landed in Knight Academy. Oh, I missed that. Oopsies.
Oh, dang.
Oopie doopie.
Oh wait, is that Ferocious Courage on the trial reward?
Seemingly, which is unfortunately maximum time loss for Jim.
Yep.
Yeah, because that's unfortunate. Oh, and we forgot. Don't forget. Remember to do your spring cleaning, everyone, and also do the spring cleaning for your friendly neighborhood Pippet's mom. Everybody's got a friendly neighborhood Pippet's mom.
Sure do.
Just blow the dust in the air. It'll be fine. It'll never settle.
Yeah. Exactly. That's how it works. And yeah, that was Water Dragon Scale plus one other possibly required item.
Oh.
On First Courage. So wait, we have a potential for vanilla Water Dragon Scale, by the way.
Yes, we did know that was going to be a song chain at this point on Jim's side because he had full cleared the rest of the trial, and the song hint for the rest of the trial, that was an interestingly placed cactus. Oh, interesting. Alright, Jim's gonna go hit no mode.
If Jim decides to go into Sansi, Sledge is currently on a very harsh timer.
Yeah, that's Jim walking confidently towards no mode. Which, oh, yeah, no, that's correct. What is no mode? No mode is spelled K-N-O-W. It is when you don't have everything that you need to finish the seed, but you know where everything you need to finish the seed is. Fun fact, for about a year of watching randomizers, I also thought it was N-O mode. There is no mode. No mode is available.
Oh, right. Alan of Bosky Chess was actually hinted.
It was?
Yeah, right here in caves. I completely missed that.
Well, that's gotta hurt if you're Jim right now. Happy birthday, here's some time loss.
Yep, there's the volcano to collect those hints.
Yeah, Jim is probably going to pick up his other sword when he gets there, and then immediately bail, because that is just everything he needs. He knows where his Water Dragon Scale is, and really all he was looking for was those swords. There is also an extra sword, so there's a slight possibility that this could be a sword. It was not. Gotta go waste a little more time.
Sledge is also going for Thunder Dragon's reward.
Oh no! Oh, that's not good for Sledge. Sledge,
that's absolutely not good.
Yeah, Sledge, unfortunately, I don't think there's any way where he could need the Lanayru trial reward, so hopefully he is just doing Thunder Dragon's reward, and that is it. Jim is bailing before the second sword.
Oh! Oh! That changes things.
That does indeed. Jimothy,
Unless another sword is in Farron trial.
I'm not sure. Sledge, where are we?
Oh, Sledge is doing the rest of Boko Base.
Oh no! I didn't realize that he ditched part of Boko Base. Floria could have a sword. We're still missing our last sword. That could actually be pretty good for Jim if the sword is in a much more convenient place. TMS could be vanilla, which would be very funny. Alright, let's go see another harp cancel, I guess.
Yes, bit
is bit allowed? Bit is absolutely allowed and encouraged. Encouraged at your own risk. You can waste so much time in bit in Skyward Sword Randomizer if you do not employ it wisely, but that's for you to decide what is wise and unwise use of back in time. That looked like a beautiful harp cancel. No, none of our runners have cleared sealed grounds. So Jim could go back and do that if he wanted to. All right, let's see. Was there another item, or was it just...
It was another item.
Ooh. I agree that Back in Time is beautifully fun to watch. Hear me out. People tell me I'm wrong, and then I go, but what if I decided I wasn't wrong?
Very fair.
Yeah, there could, in fact, be a sword. We haven't seen Gorko yet, but nobody has ballads, so we won't be seeing Gorko right now. We also have not seen Song from Impa. It could be on Song from Impa.
It could very well be on Song from Impa, yeah.
I mean, anyone is allowed to argue with me, Golden. All right. Is this our final... Oh no, there's 2 more outside items. There's 2 more outside items. Let's see what we got.
Ah, that's a scale. No vanilla scale.
No vanilla scale. Aw. Alright, Jim going to check to see if he has to full clear the trial. I can't tell what that is. That was a light and some pixels, but Jim seems to be booking it back, so,
Okay. So that... I think that might have been like a crystal pack? Or maybe a slingshot? I don't know. Jim saw it and decided it is not worth going for, so it was everything but a sword.
Listen, I trust Jim. I trust his peaks and his pings, even when they screw me over. So,
talking about screwing you over, for a short moment, Sledge had a text on his screen which said, "Totally messed up, lol." We'll see about that.
So, what we're relying on Jim to have correctly deduced is that it was a Baron blocker, but not a sword. Because if it was a just collectible item, then it would have meant that his second possibly required item would have been on full clearing the trial, and he would have had to continue to full clear the trial. But he didn't, so, again, I trust Jim, for better or for worse.
Okay, we're entering Boca Base for the 3rd time already. For Sledge.
Wait, why is Sledge entering for the 3rd time?
That's why I'm wondering about as well.
What did he miss? Okay, that's our ancient cistern BK on Jim's side.
Plus a small key to go.
What was in that other cubby? It was a thingamajig, but I didn't see what it was. But it wasn't a sword, so...
Beetles inside cage, okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, we're doing a bomb boost.
Did he think that this chest was pinging?
This chest was not pinging.
But did he think that this chest was pinging? This chest wasn't pinging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, he missed top? No,
he did see that.
Scummed top.
Yeah.
Oh, I think this was just an unfortunate misping. Oofy doofy.
Yep, that was indeed a misping.
That was a cistern small key for Jim, so he has found both of the cistern small keys. That's really unfortunate because that means that Boko is still a possibility. But let's see a cute little vine clip. There we go.
This vine clip is very nice.
Yeah, so you just use claw shots to get yourself out of bounds, so you can launch the beetle to go peek or collect that check. And as it was nothing, Jim, you can't climb on that. As it was nothing, he does not have to go use any of his small keys for that. Oh, it seems we're gonna go see Song from Imp on Sledge's side. Sledge is running low on checks. Has he not done Knight Academy yet?
He has not gone back to Knight Academy, no.
No, Sledgen! Okay, so best case scenario here for Jim is Boko has Other Sword.
Yeah.
Then
that would be the best case.
Sudden Go Mode has been acquired. Best case for Sledgen is that he goes and does item from Colin, which it seems like he is doing, judging by
His
where
map
he
tracker
is.
Pointing towards that.
Yeah, so he goes and does item from Colin, and then RBMs open the Theron trial without going into the Lanayru trial at all.
Yeah.
It does seem like he is... Oh! Jim, what has happened? Oh, yo, a treasure medal!
Incredible. Okay, Bosky chest is not pinging, but Keylock chest is.
Yeah, honestly, interesting. I usually immediately bail because I want to skip all of these animations from here. So using it as time to ping is a foreign concept to me. But once again, oh wait, Sledgen is.
I am confused as to why he went back. Because
I think he just wasn't confident in this ping for some reason.
Which is kind of why I'm baffled as well, because as far as I'm concerned, there's nothing that could ping as a rupee. Yeah,
he might not realize that. Jim is going straight into this mini-boss fight trigger. And also actually fighting this mini-boss. And taking some damage. This mini-boss is, hear me out, mean. I feel like it probably would have been faster to, skip this boss fight, and all the associated animations, by doing, the cistern clip, but... What do I know?
We're just some silly commentators watching top-level runners play a little game. Oh my god, that's go mode for Jim.
Oh,
Sword in cistern.
Oh no. Oh. Oh no. That was... Yeah, that's gonna be, whew. That was... I need y'all to know that one of my LED lights randomly came on while Jim was using the sword. Please turn yourself off. You're very blinding. That's the go mode light. It tells you when specifically you hit go mode.
Yep.
Yeah, Sledgen's last hope there was Jim putting off Sansy, and to be fair, he almost did, but it paid off for him. And you know what? I think you can blame him putting off Sansy on me for saying that he could possibly skip Sansy. Despite the fact that it was not faster for him to do so. Why won't this LED turn off? I'm struggling. Please send help. The spirit of Go mode has infested my LEDs. But this has been a wild match, and
absolutely.
Yeah, honestly, Jim did get that very hefty early lead and almost lost it anyway. So, is Legend? Why? Oh, we're just saving here to do it. This is not where I'm used to saving.
I think I am a little ahead for you.
Yes, you are. Hold on, I'll reload the commentator page. Because you said he got a sword before I saw it on my screen, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, fair.
Oh, connection to the server failed. Oh, no.
Oh, wow.
Hold on. David, I'm gonna need you to commentate for me as well now. Oh, just kidding, I came back.
Okay. So yeah, we are entering back in time on Sledge's side again for the Farron trial RBM. And in the meantime, Jim has made quick work of our favorite machinery boss, Coloctos. That being
I finally got the
3
LED light to turn off,
dungeons.
just in case you were invested in that.
Oh, let's go.
But, yeah, Sledgen, I think, did that work?
That's what I'm wondering as well, if the jump slash worked.
Oh, he wanted to use this,
oh, and
commit.
that as a commit, okay.
Personally, yeah, I didn't, that didn't look like it worked to me. But personally, I think, fun fact, if anybody is interested at home, picking up one of the rupee sanity checks counts as a commit. So my personal favorite routing is actually to go to the top of Great Tree and pick up one of the rupees on Branch if you haven't already. Oh, that did work.
Okay.
Okay. That scared me. That scared me a lot. But on Jim's side, we have defeated Coloctos, and we are on our way straight to Demise. Of note, the Jim also has Master Sword and not True Master Sword, and the lack of True Master Sword will make this a little bit longer, but I have faith in Jim. He's run all dungeons. Oh, thanks, Impa. That was really nice of you.
Very nice, Blue. Very nice, Bloopy.
Bloopy, bloopy, bloopy. As we are approaching the end of the match, because once again, this game is the first of 3 races, and I do believe that Jim and Sledge have scheduled them for 3 different days. So there will be at the very least a second race, and if Sledgen wins the next one, there will be a third. And they will not be today. David, do you know off the top of your head when their other matches are scheduled for, if people would like to watch them?
I absolutely do. They are at the same time as this one, so at 9 p.m. Central European time. Or at... I think 3 p.m. Eastern, I think it should be. And the races are on consecutive days. So game 2 will be tomorrow, and game 3, if it comes to that, will be on Thursday.
Once we get our runners in for the interview, assuming that we have one, actually, first of all, pause. We need to talk about Horde Skip. Can Jim Horde Skip today? Yes, he can. But huzzah, that Horde Skip doesn't actually skip all of Horde, did you know? But once we get our runners in for an interview, I am excited to talk to them about their thoughts, because this has been a wild race to watch. Very entertaining. You know what? You can blame me, actually. I was the one who said it might be a jet seat at the beginning, and now it looks like this will not be a sub-2 clear for either of our runners.
Yep. Every time I hear the J word before actually being in go mode, I'm always like, okay, now you've cursed us.
It's my job.
It's always like that.
Also, has Jim ever failed Horde Skip in the past 5 years? I believe everybody has failed Horde Skip at some point in the past 5 years. Did Jim just try to go bomb bowling? That cute. Horde Skip, despite the fact that it can be made very consistent, the setup for it is pretty consistent. Sometimes you try to run up the shield. Every once in a while you try to run up the shield, and Link just goes, I can run up shields? No, I can't. And then stands there stupidly in front of the moblin, and you're like, you're getting hit. And then the moblin moves, and you can't do Horde Skip anymore. And this happens to probably every runner every once in a while, that something just goes a little bit awry. But it's always nice to see that Horde Skip is deciding to be cooperative today. I also talked over, how many purple hand skips did Jim get? I saw one. Apologies, I was too busy. Oh, we're doing shield strats on Girahim 3?
I love the shield strats.
The any percent runner in me just cringed.
Oh well.
Also,
I am only used to the shield strats at this point.
Happy 2 hours, by the way.
Very true. Happy 2 hours, as we are swiftly approaching the end of this race between our two runners, gymnast86 and Sledge. With Jim entering the final fight, being demise. And yeah, big thanks to our two trackers, Echo and Baseball, keeping our trackers nice and clean. And another big thanks to my co-com, Pippi in a Top Hat. Been a lot of fun with you on here.
And thank you.
Now you don't reject that appreciation.
Darn it. But big thank yous to Cube David as well for not only co-commentating with me, but also for restreaming this match and making this possible. As we watch Jim take down Demise very nice and efficiently. GG's.
And that is GG's for Jim.
And it
leading
does
the
seem
series with a 1 game advantage. And I see our two runners waiting in the waiting room, very fittingly, and let's get them in here.
There are runners. Hello, y'all.
GG's, you
Hello.
two.
GG's.
Do you have any thoughts on your seed?
I kind of got bamboozled. Not gonna lie.
basically, I messed up I spent like my entire break thinking about my Elden to Koloktos path, and I was like, hold on a second, none of the stuff in Boko Base could be the path, because none of the items are locked behind Amber Tablet, and I like narrowed it down, and then I went through all of the stuff that I knew was locked by Amber Tablet, and it wasn't there, and I got really confused, and then I found required Nehru's wisdom, and realized my mistake, and yeah, otherwise it could have been definitely a lot closer, but oh well.
Well, we would like to say, I don't know if y'all have talked in the intervening time about your compared experiences, but you actually made up a lot of time in the back half of the race, because Jim got a very early lead by going to Fire Sanctuary and getting Bomb Bag before going to Lanayru. That was just, the randomizer was so mean to you, Sledgen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. But that happens sometimes.
Rando gonna rando.
Yeah.
Also, can we ask you about chests near Drawbridge and Boko Base?
So, okay. So, I saved at East Volcano because I was like, well, the only thing locked behind Amber Tablet here, or at least I thought, was chest on Cliff, because it was locked by Bellows. And Bellows was on Sand Oasis chest. And so I went and did that, and I was like, huh, that's nothing. And then I went and did all the other checks that I thought could be my path. Then I reset back, and I went up to Boko Base, and I was just pinging everything to make sure that I didn't miss anything. And I saw a ping, and I was like, oh no, that means I forgot Drawbridge. And it was actually chest on Cliff, because I reset it away.
Oh no!
I went all the way back to chest on Drawbridge, like, again, and I realized my mistake again, but yeah, that was very silly.
Ah.
Yeah, that sounds unfortunate.
Yeah.
Jim, how do you feel about your cosmic birthday present being winning at a SSR losers finals match? Or game, not match. Words.
Thanks, I guess. I mean, yeah, for like the first hour or so, I was like, man, this seed is really good so far. I just keep on getting things when I need them. And then I actually, the only reason I went to Fire Sanctuary was because the moment I got Fire Shield earrings, I was I clicked Fire Shield earrings and I saw the number on the number of checks in Elden tick up. And I was like, oh, great, that means that I can do all of Boko Base into Fire Sanctuary. Despite the fact that I did not have bombs, and I did not realize this until I landed in Elden, and was like,
that's what happened there.
I
was like, no, I can't do Boko Base. Well, I guess we're committing to Fire Sanctuary now. And that kind of just turned out to be the correct decision, because we needed Bomb Bag, and it was at the end of Fire Sanctuary, so it did kind of just pay off anyway.
Yeah. Sure did.
Yeah. You also did get a nice helping hand there at the very end that Sledgen was stuck looking for Water Dragon Scale, and that was the only thing he needed. And you needed Water Dragon Scale and a sword, because you hadn't gone through Sand Sea. And so, like, on Restream, we were all going, well, where is the sword? It was in a pretty decent location for you, honestly. That was a little kind.
That's what was really nicely placed for you, I have to say.
Yeah, I was debating going into Sand Sea, but I was, well, so my thought was like, well, Sand Sea is probably not barren, because it wasn't hinted Baron, and Volcano Summit was hinted Baron. So the chance of it picking Volcano Summit over Sandsea is pretty low. But also the reason, like, it's not, I know that it's not Baron already because the chest in Shack is a possibly required progressive wallet, which is a Baron blocker, or extra wallet. So, the entire rest of the thing could just be Baron, except for that wallet, for all I know.
Well,
So
it was Baron, except for that wallet and one sword.
Right.
Do we have any other thoughts about the seed?
I guess I was also surprised that, like, because Batro was just Baron, right? Because the only thing on Batro was crystals.
100% Baron, with that crystal pack on the 30 chest just being insult to injury.
Oh, what was Vicky hinted as? I forget.
It was like a Dusk Relic or something.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
LMF big key?
No, I think that 50.
Oh, Bat 50. Okay, I misheard you, yeah.
Oh yeah, apologies, Jim, that you had to do LMF BK chest before getting the hint about LMF BK chest.
Oh no.
Yeah, that was a little unfortunate, but like in the moment I was like, well, it's like at the time that I was in LMF, I was like, things are going well so far. I'll take my chance with this check, despite the fact that the only useful thing that it could be would be scale or sword, and there were still like all 3 bottles. Or I guess it could have also been a song at that point that could have been useful, but you know, all 3 bottles. There were still like 8 gratitude crystal packs, 2 wallets, 2 extra wallets, both slingshots, 2 bows that I didn't know about. Like, the chance of it being useful was already pretty low, but I was like, this is going well so far, and I think that the LMF BK room is fun, so we'll go do it.
Yeah, also another question that I have for Sledge. That nose rupee in Pirates.
Oh yeah.
Any specific reason why you went back for that, even though you rupee doused it prior to that?
I was worried about my confidence in rupee dousing that spot for some reason. Even though I don't think there's any rupees nearby, I just like made a note for myself, and I was like, if stuck, check pirates. And well, I checked pirates.
Yeah.
That's
also
really...
GG's to you on restream.
Oh yeah, GG's to past me.
Yeah, reminder that these races are streamed with a 10-minute delay, so our runners have been done for 10 minutes. Or I guess Jim has been done for some other amount of time that is more than 10 minutes.
That's why they're allowed into the commentary channel in the first place.
But yeah, I just hope that I don't bamboozle myself again tomorrow. But yeah.
Yeah.
Other than that, the seed was okay.
Yeah. Even though Randobot did not cooperate for this one.
Yeah, nothing too crazy, no... Like,
so I just
really
had to whip out my local randomizer and give y'all a seed. The classic.
But yeah, y'all will be back. We might not be back, but y'all will be back tomorrow to do game 2, yeah?
Yep.
Heck yeah.
Wonderful.
Same time, maybe same place, depending on some other restreams and matches. Any final words regarding this match or the seed from any of you?
Yeah. Hopefully tomorrow I can remember that I need bombs to full clear Boko base, that would be good.
Listen, it worked out in your favor.
It did.
That was the true cosmic birthday present.
Yep. But yeah, as we already said, Game 2 will be on tomorrow. Same time, maybe same place, depending if we get the volunteers for the race. I will fortunately not be available at that time. And also if the match before on the schedule is happening or not, which is a Wind Waker Randomizer Grand Finals match for the Mini-Blitz tournament. Speaking of, there are a lot of Mini-Blitz Grand Finals scattered throughout the week. And yeah, I think that's basically it from my side. Again, big thanks, or big shoutouts to our two runners, Gymnast86 and Sledge, for delivering us with quite the race, an amazing race today. Big thanks to our two trackers, Echo and Baseball, for keeping our trackers nice and clean. And another big thanks for my fellow co-commentator Pippi in the top hat.
I do not reject this one. I'm just going to forward it to somebody else. Everybody give proper appreciation to Cube David for his excellent restreaming and commentary, and proper appreciation to all of our runners who have helped to participate in the tournament thus far. Y'all have done an excellent job, and it has been very fun to see some of our finals matches.
Absolutely. Yeah. For the final act, for these are today, I think. We'll be raiding over to Cloud, who is currently doing Tears of the Kingdom all dungeons for world record attempts. Please leave her some kind words. I'm sure she'll appreciate it. And thanks for watching, everyone, and hopefully see you soon, and have a good one. Bye-bye.